Burn your vision board. Tear up that 5-year plan you wrote last New Year's. Throw away the journals where you beg the universe for what you want. They are not helping you. They are keeping you weak. They are keeping you a servant to a future that does not exist. You have been told that to succeed, you need a goal, a shiny, perfect destination on the horizon. But look at your life. Really look at it. Has chasing that goal made you powerful, or has it made you anxious? Has it given you control, or has it made you a slave to a result you cannot predict? Niccolò Machiavelli, the most misunderstood strategist in history, did not have goals. He did not rely on hope. He did not ask the world for permission. He had something colder, something sharper. He had a method. A goal is a wish disguised as a plan. A method is a siege. And if you are tired of wishing, if you are tired of climbing ladders only to realize they are leaning against the wrong wall, then you are ready for the truth. But be warned, this is not self-help. This is self-conquest. Most people live their entire lives in a state of becoming, always waiting for the promotion, the relationship, the money, the body. They live in the not yet. And because they live in the not yet, they are empty right now. They are fragile. One unexpected blow from life, one shift in Fortuna, and they collapse. Why? Because their entire identity was tied to a goal they hadn't reached yet. Machiavelli understood that the world is chaos. He called it Fortuna, the violent, unpredictable river of fate. If you build your house on the banks of a river called goals, you will drown when the flood comes. And the flood always comes. What I am going to teach you today is how to stop building on the riverbank and start becoming the river. I am going to show you how to replace the fragile concept of goals with the unbreakable Machiavellian concept of positioning. When you master this, you stop caring about success or failure. Those words become irrelevant. You simply advance. You become inevitable. You become a force that cannot be stopped because you are no longer aiming at a single point. You are expanding in all directions. But to do this, you have to kill the part of you that loves to dream, the part of you that gets a dopamine hit just by talking about what you're going to do. You have to silence the child inside who wants a reward and wake up the strategist who demands power. The method is simple, but it is not easy. It requires you to look at your life not as a story, but as a battlefield. And on a battlefield, you don't hope, you maneuver. Let's begin. Why do you set goals? Ask yourself deeply. Why do you write down, I want to make $1 million, or I want to be happy? It is because you are in pain. You are dissatisfied with your present reality, so you create a fantasy future to escape it. The goal is not a map. It is a painkiller. It numbs you to the fact that right now, you are not who you want to be. Machiavelli despised hope. He saw it as a weakness. In The Prince, he implies that relying on time to solve your problems is the mark of a fool. He wrote that men often deceive themselves by painting a picture of the world as they wish it to be, rather than seeing it as it is. When you fixate on a goal, you develop tunnel vision. You stare so hard at the peak of the mountain that you do not see the cliff right in front of your feet. You become rigid, and in nature, rigid things break. Think about the last time you failed a major goal. What happened? You crashed. You felt worthless. You felt like a fraud. Why? Because you bet your entire self-worth on an outcome you could not control. You gave your power away to the future. Machiavelli suggests a different path. Virtù. This is not virtue in the moral sense. It is not about being good. It is about being effective. It is about skill, power, adaptability, and ruthless competence. A Machiavellian does not say, I want to be rich. That is a passive desire. A Machiavellian says, I will acquire the skills of persuasion. I will master the flow of capital, and I will position myself where money has to flow through me. Do you see the difference? The first is a wish. The second is a structural change to your reality. The goal setter relies on luck. I hope this works. The strategist relies on necessità, necessity. When you delete your goals, you are not giving up. You are getting serious. You are looking at your life and asking, what are the leverage points? Where am I weak? Where am I bleeding energy? Who is standing in my way? This is the shift from dreamer to architect. The dreamer looks at the sky. The architect looks at the foundation. And right now, your foundation is cracking because you are too busy looking up. Stop looking at the horizon. Look at your feet. Look at your hands. What can you control right now? What system can you build today that makes the result inevitable? Machiavelli teaches us that the outcome is often out of our hands. Fortuna spins her wheel. But the preparation, the strategy, that is yours. And if your strategy is perfect, even a bad outcome cannot destroy you. You simply pivot, you adapt, you continue. This is the first step to becoming untouchable. You must fall out of love with the destination and fall in love with the siege. We live in a loud era. Everyone broadcasts their moves. I'm starting a business. I'm going to the gym. I'm working on a new project. You post it on social media. You tell your friends. You seek validation before you have even taken the first step. Machiavelli would call this suicide. He famously used the metaphor of the lion and the fox. The lion is strong. It frightens the wolves. But the lion falls into traps. The fox is weak, but the fox sees the traps. To be powerful, you must be both. But when it comes to your ambitions, you must be the fox. When you announce your goal, two things happen. First, your brain releases dopamine. It gives you the chemical satisfaction of achieving the goal without you actually doing the work. You feel good, you feel accomplished, and because you feel accomplished, you lose the hunger to actually do it. You tricked your own brain into complacency. Second, you create resistance. The moment you tell the world what you want, you create enemies. People who are jealous, people who doubt you, people who subconsciously want you to fail so they don't feel bad about their own stagnation. You give them a target. Machiavelli advised that a prince should never reveal his true intentions until the knife is already moving. One must be a great feigner and dissembler, he wrote. Delete your goals from your bio. Delete them from your conversations. Move in silence. This is not just about secrecy, it is about energy conservation. Talking leaks power. Doing generates power. Imagine you are building a bomb. Do you talk about the bomb? Do you show everyone the schematics? No. You build it in the dark. You wire it with precision. And the only time the world knows about it is when it explodes. Be the bomb. Instead of a goal, have a secret agenda. A goal is external. I want to get promoted. A secret agenda is internal. I am going to make myself indispensable to the decision makers, gather leverage, and force their hand when the timing is right. Do you feel the difference in weight? The goal is pleading, the agenda is plotting. When you operate with a secret agenda, you walk differently. You sit in meetings, and you are not anxious about being seen. You are observing. You are calculating. You know something they don't. You are playing a game they don't even know has started. This creates a magnetic aura. People can sense when someone is holding back power. It makes them nervous. It makes them respectful. They don't know why you seem so confident, because you haven't told them. And that mystery gives you the upper hand. Stop seeking applause for things you haven't done yet. Starve your ego. Feed your shadow. Let the results be the only noise you make. Here is where most people break. You set a goal, you work hard, you sacrifice, and then life happens. You get sick, the market crashes, your partner leaves you. The goal becomes impossible, the goal setter collapses. They cry, "It's not fair." They fall into depression. They feel like the universe is against them. The Machiavellian laughs. He laughs because he knows that Fortuna, luck, fate, chaos, is a woman who loves to be mastered. She is wild. She is violent. She does not care about your plans. If you have a rigid goal, chaos is your enemy. If you have a Machiavellian system, chaos is fuel. Machiavelli wrote, "I judge that it is better to be impetuous than cautious, for fortune is a woman. and she lets herself be won more by the impetuous than by those who proceed coldly. This means you must be aggressive with reality. When the plan fails, you do not stop. You attack the new problem. Delete the idea of a plan A and a plan B. There is only the objective and the terrain. The objective is power, freedom, control, resources. The terrain is whatever is happening right now. If the terrain changes, you do not complain that the map is wrong. You throw away the map and look at the ground. Let's say you lose your job. The goal setter. My goal of becoming VP is ruined. I am a failure. The strategist. The terrain has shifted. I am now a free agent. My necessity has increased. I will use this urgency to pivot into a higher leverage industry that I was too comfortable to enter before. Do you see? The event is the same. The reaction is opposite. One is defeated by reality. The other uses reality. This is the concept of anti-fragility. You must position yourself so that you benefit from disorder. Don't build a glass castle. Build a fire. Wind blows out a candle, but it fuels a fire. When you have goals, you are a candle. You are terrified of the wind. When you have a power method, you are the fire. You want the wind. You want the challenge. You want the chaos because you know it will only make you burn hotter and consume more. Ask yourself right now, if I lost everything tomorrow, would I know what to do? If the answer is no, you are too attached to your current stability. You are soft. You need to mentally rehearse the destruction of your life. Machiavelli spent years in exile. He was tortured. He was stripped of his titles. Did he give up? No. He sat down in the mud and wrote The Prince. He turned his exile into the most influential political book in human history. He didn't reach his goal of returning to power in Florence in the way he wanted. He did something bigger. He conquered the future. He used his misery as ink. What are you doing with your misery? Are you letting it rot you, or are you using it? We are told to love ourselves, to practice self-care, to be gentle with our shortcomings. And while there is a time for rest, there is no time for weakness. Machiavelli asked a famous question, is it better to be loved or feared? His answer, it is best to be both, but if one must choose, it is safer to be feared than loved. Apply this to yourself. Do you love yourself? Probably. You let yourself sleep in. You let yourself eat the junk food. You let yourself skip the work because you don't feel like it. That is love. And that love is making you mediocre. You need to fear yourself. You need to fear the part of you that is lazy. You need to fear the part of you that settles. You need to fear the version of you that wakes up 5 years from now with nothing to show for it. You must become your own tyrant. This sounds harsh. It is. But look at the results of gentle. Look at where gentle has gotten society. Weak bodies, weak minds, fragile emotions. A Machiavellian ruler imposes order on chaos. You are the ruler of your own mind. But right now, your mind is a rebellion. Your impulses are rioting. They want cheap dopamine. They want comfort. If you try to love them into submission, they will laugh at you. You must crush the rebellion. Delete the goal of losing weight. Install the mandate of physical sovereignty. A sovereign does not negotiate with terrorists, and your cravings are terrorists. They are holding your potential hostage. When you develop this internal fear, this deep respect for your own standards, you stop needing external motivation. You don't need a YouTube video to pump you up. You don't need a motivational quote. You have necessita. You do it because you must. Because the alternative is being a slave to your impulses. And here is the paradox. When you are ruthless with yourself, you become freer. Discipline is the only freedom. When you can command yourself to do the hard thing and you actually do it, you feel a power that no goal can give you. You feel dangerous. You walk into a room and you know, I can control myself. Therefore, I can control this room. Most people cannot even control what they eat for breakfast. How can they expect to control a negotiation? How can they expect to control their destiny? Establish the law within yourself. Write your own constitution. I do not complain. I do not speak of plans, I execute them. I do not react to insults, I analyze them. Violate the law and punish yourself. Keep the law and reward yourself. Be a fair king, but be a strong king. So if we delete the goals, what replaces them? What does the Machiavellian power method actually look like on a Tuesday morning? It comes down to 3 pillars. Positioning, leverage, adaptability. Positioning, stop asking, what do I want to achieve? Start asking, where must I be standing? If you want to be rich, position yourself in the flow of money. Don't set a goal to make $10,000. Go stand where the $10,000 is being exchanged. Learn the language of that place. Adopt the customs of that place. If you want to be strong, position yourself in environments of resistance. Success is not a sprint, it is a location. Move your body and mind to the location where success is the natural byproduct. Leverage. Goals are linear. 1 + 1 = 2. Leverage is exponential. 1 + 1 = 10. Machiavelli didn't try to fight every battle himself. He used alliances. He used other people's armies. Look at your life. Are you doing everything with brute force? How can you use technology? How can you use other people's time? How can you use other people's money? The strategist asks, how can I get the maximum result with the minimum necessary effort? This is not laziness, it is efficiency. It is conserving your energy for the killing blow. Adaptability. Wake up every day and read the room. Read the market. Read your own energy levels. If you are tired, do low-energy strategic work. If you are energetic, do high-energy execution work. Do not force a square peg into a round hole just because your schedule says so. Be water. If the door is locked, go through the window. If the window is barred, dig a tunnel. If the ground is too hard, wait for rain to soften it. Never stop moving, but never be afraid to change the direction of the movement. This method is simpler because it removes the emotional weight of failing. You cannot fail if you are constantly adapting. You can only be delayed, and delay to a strategist is just time to sharpen the blade. When you delete your goals and adopt this method, something shifts in your eyes. You stop looking desperate. You stop looking like you are chasing something. You start looking like you have something. People are drawn to certainty. In a world of anxious goal setters, the man with a system is king. You become the eye of the storm, calm, cold, watchful. While they are running around screaming about their 5-year plans, you are quietly laying the bricks of an empire that will stand for 50. You stop getting high on the fantasy of the future and you start getting high on the control of the present. Every action becomes a ritual of power. Every silence becomes a maneuver. Every setback becomes a lesson in geometry, calculating the new angle of attack. This is the Machiavellian way. It is not for everyone. It is dark. It is lonely. It requires you to kill the part of you that wants to be saved. No one is coming to save you. No goal is going to save you. Only you can save you. And you will do it not by wishing, but by commanding. Now you are awake. You have looked into the abyss of your own ambition, and you did not blink. But understanding the philosophy is only the first step. The mind is a tricky servant. It will try to slide back into old habits. It will try to set a goal tomorrow morning. You must watch it. You must guard the throne of your mind. There is one specific trap that destroys even the best strategists. It is the trap of emotional leakage. It is the moment you let your feelings dictate your strategy. Machiavelli warned about this more than anything else. In the next video, we are going to dissect exactly how to detach from your emotions so completely that you become immune to manipulation. You think you are calm? You have no idea what true stillness is. Click here. Let's go deeper. End.